at the entrance to the cemetery. A cold wind rushes by him as he enters the cemetery and walks up to 2 stone graves. He places 2 flowers on his parents' graves. He then proceeds to return back home.
The next morning, Henry awakens to his brother Alexander, who is waking him up to do chores. Alexander hands Henry a list of groceries and £4 and tells him to go to the store and pick up the items. Henry then leaves to go to the store. Along the way to the store, Henry stumbles down a hill and lands with a thud on the cold, hard ground. He then dusts himself off and looks into the forest ahead of him. He then sees something he can't believe.
Henry thinks to himself, I must know what happened. I need to help. Then a tall man in a black suit appears out of the shadows and says, Henry Hood, come over here and you'll find the answers you seek. Henry decides to join the man and enters the forest. Then the man hits Henry in the head and knocks him out. Alexander is frantically searching for his brother, but to no avail. I'll start again tomorrow at dawn, he says as he lays his head down and falls asleep.
Henry opens his eyes and sees that he is trapped in a dungeon. Henry sees a man huddled in a corner staring at him. He gets a worried feeling and asks the strange man, What do you want from me? The man replies with, I must have a human sacrifice to gain all of the power in the universe. I needed to bring my dear brother back from the great beyond. Henry then thinks to himself, This guy is crazy. How will I escape from his mad clutches without him noticing?
Alexander wakes up in his bed and proceeds to go out of his door. He grabs some materials he thinks he might need, like a flashlight, map, and a phone, to call the police if necessary. He leaves his house and goes out to search for his brother. He heads to the market to see if Henry got stuck there. When he arrives, he asks the shopkeeper if he had seen Henry. When the shopkeeper told Alexander he hadn't seen Henry, Alexander got very worried.
Henry searches for anything that may be useful. He spots a hand saw and reaches for it. Unfortunately for Henry, he couldn't reach it. He had to think of a way to get the saw. Henry decides to grab a rope he finds nearby to pull the saw in. He grabs the saw and cuts off his shackles. He then stealthily leaves the room in pursuit of an exit. He finds an exit, but it is guarded by the mysterious man in black. He decides to create a diversion.
He then rushed off to the police station to get help. Alexander told the officers about the situation and they were on it right away. They told him that they would send a team of police officers to go on a search and rescue mission.
He chucks a rock into a window and it smashes through, causing the mysterious man to go investigate it. On his way over to the smashed window, Henry makes a break for the exit. The man turns around and sees Henry fleeing out the door. The man grabs Henry just before it was too late. Just as Henry was being shackled again, the police come smashing through the door. They immediately grab a hold of the man and cuff him. They free Henry from his shackles.
Then they confiscate the man's gloves he was wearing. The man admits to the police that these gloves were used as a source of magic to make Henry come to him. We're going to take these away forever, says one of the officers. No, you can't. They're my only possession. Please, exclaimed the man in the dark suit as he was taken away, never to be seen again.
The police took the gloves and threw them into the furnace. Good riddance, they said as they watched the gloves burn. As the gem that coated the glove shattered, a gust of wind flew and the powder spewed everywhere. Just like that, any remains of the glove were gone, lost to the fires of the furnace.
Henry and Alexander are reunited at home. Alexander then tells Henry a very important lesson. Henry, you should never trust strangers. It can be very dangerous. Henry says he'll never trust strangers again, and they lived happily ever after.